Hey guys, so for today's video, I just wanted to be super raw and honest and vulnerable with you guys. And so I've kind of just been in this weird funk lately. And honestly, I just filmed a video and I just was like not in the mood to do another one because I just felt distracted and I didn't have any clarity. And so I was just praying about what I should talk about because I have the time and I really wanted to make another video for you guys. And it's definitely been a rough year, to say the least, but just even recently I've just been in this weird funk and I didn't really understand why. So as I was just kind of praying about it and just like in this frustration, I just felt like I have totally given in to distraction. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about today, is just how we get so distracted, and kind of like the consequences of that and why we need to make sure that we're focused. So obviously we all know that our generation especially lives in the most distracted world of all time. You know, there's social media, there's TV, there's pulls from every single angle that we possibly have. And I think while those things can be good, you know, social media can be used for good and you know, all the different things. I think that if we're not careful, when we start to sew in more time to all of those things rather than praying and worshiping and really asking God, you know, to give us our next step to walk in our calling or run in our calling and be passionate and be bold. So I just want to tell you guys firsthand that being distracted is not fun at all. Like, the past couple days, I didn't even realize like why I felt in this weird funk. And I just felt like the Holy Spirit just showed me I'm so distracted. I'm on social media all the time. And, you know, it's like if we feel a certain way, if we feel irritated, or I mean, maybe I'm just talking for myself, but I doubt it. But it's like you're irritated or you're upset or, you know, you don't want to deal with something. It's like social media, distraction, you know, like we don't want to feel it. And I think it's so important to let ourselves feel the things that we're feeling, because otherwise we're just running from it and nothing's ever going to get solved when we're just running from something big or small. So I was just kind of reading and I wanted to find like a good verse to talk about why it's important to not be distracted. So if you guys haven't seen, I do have a video on this Bible. It is literally life-changing. I would recommend it to any single person ever. It's the Battlefield of the Mind Bible by Joyce Meyer. Well, it's not by Joyce Meyer, but she has commentary in it. So it's in Mark chapter 4, and they're just talking about the different kind of soils that different people are. And so one of the type is, it's verse 18. And it says, "And others are the ones on whom seed was sown among the thorns. These are the ones who have heard the word, but the worries and the cares of the world," and in parentheses it says, "the distractions of this age with its worldly pleasures and the deceitfulness and the false security of or glamour of wealth or fame and the passionate desires for all the other things creep in and choke out the word, and it becomes unfruitful." And I just really liked that verse, and it just kind of like struck me because I'm like, yeah, when I feel distracted, it really does, I feel like, choke out the word, and it chokes out my relationship with the Lord when I'm, you know, giving in to all these different pulls that we have on every which way inside of us, right? So I just want to encourage you, because I just feel like when I get distracted and when I don't make time to read in the morning and when I don't, you know, allow myself to feel certain things, or I'm quick to hop on social media rather than diving into the word, I just feel so off, and it's so not fun. And I can't believe it's taken me a few days to realize what the heck is wrong with me. But you know, that's okay. I'm human and it happens, and it's happened before. I'm sure it's going to happen again. But I just feel like this importance and this, you know, push on my heart to be very intentional with how we spend our time, and to be very intentional with the people that we surround ourselves, and to be very intentional to make sure that we're in the Word and that we're spending time praying and that we're spending time in worship and in just praising God. Because when we don't, it just feels off. And like I said, it's just not fun at all. And it robs you of your joy. It robs you of your clarity. It robs you of your peace. It robs you of feeling. I mean, it just, when we're distracted, I feel like, at least for me, I feel robbed of like everything good that God has for me. And two, when I feel distracted, or when I let myself get distracted and make other things more of a priority than really running in the call that God has for me and just spending time in my relationship with Him, then it just sets me up to be wandering rather than being focused on the path that God has for me, because I want to live in the fullness of what God has for me. I don't want bits and pieces here and there. I want to know that I did everything I could to stay focused, to stay on the path that God has for me, because ultimately the path that God has for us is going to be the thing that fulfills us the most. He's never going to call us to do something that isn't fulfilling and satisfies the desires of our hearts. So with that being said, I just want to encourage you guys, if you feel distracted, if you're spending, more time on YouTube or social media or even reading books, honestly, I feel like sometimes we can get distracted with good things. When I was kind of researching, just like on my phone about, verses with distraction, and one of the things that it had said was, or one of the things that somebody had said about distraction was, we can even get distracted in doing things for God. Rather than, when we're constantly wanting to do and not actually rest and just be in relationship with the Lord, that can be a distraction. And so it's a fine line of making our relationship with Jesus number one priority. Don't be robbed of your joy like I've been for the past few days, because it'll get you in a funk. And maybe if you're watching this and you have been distracted for so long you don't even realize that you're distracted, I just want to encourage you to be very intentional with your time. And if you've allowed yourself to be distracted for a long time, it is almost like habitual, like it just is part of what you do, and that's okay. But just try to be intentional, because I promise, like, even now, just talking about it and realizing how distracted I've been over the past few days, I'm like, darn it, like I could have been doing so much and running in the call that God has for me and living in the fullness of the joy. But that's okay. Like I said, today's a new day. There's new grace, new mercies. So join me in living in a world of all these distractions. We can't change that, but join me in being a focused woman of God and a focused daughter of the Lord that says yes to everything that God has for her. So yeah, I don't want to be distracted. We have so many distractions in the world, right? And I don't want to be a woman marked by distraction. I want to be a woman marked by focus and intent and joy, because ultimately I'm going to be the most filled with joy when I am pursuing my relationship with the Lord. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to sit down quickly and chat with you guys about that, because I know I've been struggling with it for the past couple of days, so I thought that maybe some of you guys have been too. So just wanted to encourage you guys, know that you're not alone, and it's easy to do in the world that we live in today, but it is possible to live with intention. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know if you liked it, and comment down below if you can relate to it at all. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.